Hello again, witchy people. I've had a few really busy days, today especially, absolutely hectic. And I know I promised there would be no more garden videos until next year. However, like I said, we had a few really nice sunny days, and except for today when it started raining this afternoon. But if you remember through any of my garden videos of my horrendously bad terrible looking garden at the moment, as you walk down past the summer house, which is being used as a luthier's office. Someone's making guitars in there. As you walk past it and round the corner at the end of the garden, it's basically a dumping ground. There's a couple of compost bins and old bits of sheet metal that we made the summer house off from. If you look at the summer house, it looks like it's made from wood. It's not. It's metal and it's clad in wood, and that is basically to keep it safe just in case there's a fire or anything. So what I decided to do with this dumping ground was, where it had been dumped on and the compost bins had been there, and the compost bins had never been emptied. And so basically the compost had been coming out the bottom, and the compost bins have ended up about 1.5 foot higher off the ground, and the ground's just built up and up and up. So I decided I wanted this levelled off, and the compost bins put at the back of the garden, and we actually found out that we're losing about 1.5 foot of garden space where all the hedging has pushed the fence into the garden by about 1.5 foot. So we're losing quite a bit of space. But anyway, I decided that I would have to level out this piece of earth, take it back down, and it's taking me the best part of 4 days to achieve it, but achieve it I did, and I'm so pleased with myself that I say put my back into it and put my back out because of it. But it is done, and now I have to decide what I'm going to do with this leveled off small it's a small area, but it's big enough to certainly get a bench in there. But I don't really want to put a bench in front of the compost bins. So what I'll do is I'll show you the video of what I did, a few photographs, and see if you think I did good, because I think I am. I'm really pleased with myself, and I know I shouldn't be. Shouldn't. It's not a very English thing, is it? Being so proud of what you've done. Not English at all. We like to talk about bad weather, and we like to queue a lot, and we like to moan, but we don't like to admit being proud of ourselves. It's not very British. So I'm going to show you that video, but like I said, I am really pleased with the amount of work that I've done, and I had to do it all by myself, except for moving the compost bin. I did move the compost bin, but I wasn't prepared to empty it. And I'll do a quick explanation. Our compost bins are what are called slow composters. So it's a normal compost bin, and a normal compost bin you put in sunlight, and that heat helps the vegetable matter and the green matter compost down into really good compost. If you haven't got anywhere in your garden, or you don't want it on show, so it doesn't reach the sun, and it will have a bit of sun regardless, but if it's mostly in the shade, or it's not really getting direct sunlight all the time, it's called a slow composter, because it takes, rather than take 3 or 4 months for a whole bin to compost down, it takes about 1.5 years. And that's what we decided would be best, because I'm quite funny on what's on show in my garden. So it's a slow composter. So when it went to be moved, there was a lot of compost material. I mean, the bottom was beautiful compost. You could put your fingers in it, and full of earthworms, and fantastic. But the rest of it was, I actually retched, and I was nearly sick. So it was like, called my husband, and he had to put the new compost bin in the area that I'd cleared and refill it for me. But he still left quite a lot of matter on the ground that I had to dig into the soil, and I was not happy. It was yucky. So yes, but that is one of the, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Do I want a compost bin out in the open where everyone can see it, but it composts quicker, or do I want to hide it away a bit? And the composting is much, much more slower. But you do get a lot more worms, and obviously worms are good for the garden. And I used to have a phobia about worms until my phobia of slugs and snails took over. I don't like slugs. Ugh, don't like slugs and snails at all. They really creep me out. Anyway, that's all beside the point. I'll show you the video, and yeah, you can see all my hard work. It's nothing pretty. The only pretty thing about it is now all the ivy's been taken down, the lilac tree has really dropped. It's spread out. It's dropped and spread where the ivy isn't holding it up, and it's reaching over the summer house and down to the windows and out to the pond area. And it's, I'm so going to miss it. It's already started dying off, so I'm going to so miss the scent of lilac filling the garden. But that's the pretty bit. So I'm going to shut up now, and here's the video. Hubby took up all the decking, which we're using, and that interesting bit just there is the bottom of a coffee table turned upside down that I'm using as a planter. So that's the rubbish bag. So you can see all the decking has been removed, and that's being used for something special, but I'll reveal that when it's done. Going past the luthier's workshop, and here is a luthier at work. That's my mat. And here we go to the end of the garden where I've done all that work. So the compost bins are way back, and there's all this space. And like I said, you can see that the lilacs come quite far down, and it does smell divine. So just step back and show you what it looks like. Oh, and I did put back all the rows. It's been nicely put back there, clipped back. So there we have all this space, and all the earth that I dug up from the garden there, oh, hubby's there, has been used to start levelling out this part of the garden, ready for when the builders are gone. Yes, hubby's there, still working hard. So there we go, and the lilac, smelling beautiful, but unfortunately it's already started dying off. So, but it is lovely, and it does smell divine. But that's the part that I'm really pleased of. 4 days of hard slog there, just to make that pretty bit there. Lots of space. And that's it. A partially levelled off bit there. Nice bit of space. And a good rest, I think, now. There, you can see the lilacs dropped right down. It's absolutely stunning. As is my doggy. So there we go. Lots and lots of hard work. One more video I'm going to share, because I'm going to have to say this out loud. My dog has a problem. When he was a puppy, he used to have this little green hedgehog toy that he used to jump around and bark at incessantly. He does the same to, let me think now, garden forks, garden spades, garden rakes, the lawnmower, the yard brush, anything that's green or spiky. So, as you can see in the previous video, when hubby was doing all that work and there was sawdust everywhere, he decided to clean up, and this is what the dog did as we were cleaning up. So that's my Barkley. Absolutely crazy. Thank you for watching, witchy people. Bye for now.